welcome to 5th grade DARE graduation. We're very excited to see adults back in the building. So we're excited we were able to get you guys in here for this. 5th grade's been working hard this 9 weeks with DARE and everything, so they're excited to have their DARE graduation here. And I'm going to turn it over to Officer Chrissy now.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lucas. Just real quick, I apologize for my voice. I got laryngitis, so it's just a bit of a struggling week, even when I taught DARE that last week. So just bear with me. I just want to go ahead and start and let you know that this is my 11th year teaching DARE. And I've been teaching at Stewart here for quite a few years now. I heard the replacement for me over Jeremy Olson was what people preferred, so that's why I got stuck at the Stewart. He walked away now, so I'll remind him later. So a little bit about DARE. It's a program that's helped kids since 1983. Started in Los Angeles County, California. And it's just to help prevent kids from using drugs or alcohol, or that was kind of the primary thing with DARE. Now, the biggest thing with DARE now is that we're covering stuff relating to drug abuse education, but also like bullying, things like that. And cyber stuff, where there's harassment that's constantly going on. And so DARE has really taken a step forward to try to help eliminate some of that stuff. So, just kind of get the DARE curriculum a little bit. There's an acronym for everything, and we have acronyms for, all sorts of stuff. So DARE is obviously drug abuse resistance education, and we have another one that helps the kids make better choices, and it's called the DARE decision making model. And the DDMM essentially it helps kids. They get a problem, and they're able to go through the proper steps to see if they can make a good choice at the end. And so, obviously there's define is where you're defining the problem, and then once you have that problem, you assess it, you make your choices, and then we're responding to that choice to see if it was a good decision overall, and then we evaluate it at the very end. So, the kids got workbooks, and we went through majority of the situations. We didn't get to cover a lot of stuff. They gave me a lot of DARE questions this year, and there's some interesting ones, and I'm going to share a couple with you, just to kind of give you guys a good idea what your kids are asking. But there is one lesson. I'm trying to give the kids a good visual about tobacco deaths that happen each year. And there's 400,000 related tobacco deaths each year. And I always use the state of South Dakota as an example for the kids, and because the population, it's blowing up now, but it's a little over 800,000 people. And so I have the kids come up, or one of the kids from the class, and they'll draw the state of South Dakota, and they'll have the Missouri River, drawn right between the state. And I'll have the kids write 400,000 people on one side and 400,000 people on the other. And obviously with tobacco-related deaths, I have them erase one side of the state, okay? It's pretty simple. But one year I had a kid that erased the eastern part of the state, and so I had to tell him, obviously we want to get rid of West River. So it's just a good visual. It helps the kids kind of remember things, and in a lot of the DARE essays, they use those as examples of what I taught. And so I really applaud you guys for allowing me to come in and teach DARE to your kids. I think it's very inspirational for me just to be able to talk to your kids at such an early age, and I get a good relationship with the kids as they get older. So I'm going to share just a couple of questions, more than a couple, because there are some pretty good ones. But we do a DARE box, and I asked the kids just to ask me questions, and they said it could be anything, because some days the DARE box was empty. First one is, what is your favorite part about being a cop? So there's some good ones. Do you know Brad Parker, who's my neighbor? I said, unfortunately, we do. And I think the climate that we live in today, we're kind of under the microscope as police officers. And so these are some questions that was kind of hit home a little bit with me Can cops get arrested? That's one question we got. Do cops drink or smoke? And they've given us some tough questions. But they know that we try to be honest and tell you everything that we're normal people just like everybody else, and we tell them what the legal age is for some of that stuff. Why did you want to become a cop? I like this one. When will you retire? How long do you want to be an officer? Have you ever arrested a best friend's family member? So they know that we live in a small community and that we have to make tough choices. Do you ever regret being a cop? Pick one, yes or no. I do like it. So, what happens when you are late? Oh, yeah, this is good. What happens when you are late for work being a cop? So, have you ever drove a fire truck? What was my response? No. No. No, I don't drive second responder vehicles. I got one left. Have you had someone throw up in your vehicle from drugs or alcohol? Yep. Have you ever been to jail? And I said, well, that's kind of a trick question. But yes, I've taken people to jail. Have you ever had to arrest one of your DARE students? And I told them I had to. It's been pretty difficult, but that just means I'm getting older, I guess. And so. And this one, I like this very end. This is the funny one. Have you ever been to a murder scene? And it's written on the back of James Law. So I don't know if that was some kind of a setup or not. So it's pretty fun. But, so all seriousness, I guess, it was a great group of kids. I'm glad to be back in the schools, you know, kind of sitting out with COVID and just get to see the personality of the kids again. It's been great. So I appreciate it very much. I do have a guest coming today. Dylan Wilson was supposed to be here, but Pat Knowles has brought his canine in, Max. And so this is where I do the cue, but let me set it up.
Are we all ready? Hi, my name is Officer Pat Knowles, and this is Max, one of our canines of the Yankton Police Department. As you can see, he's ready to go. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let him do his job, but I'll tell you what to do. Max is an 8-year-old Belgian Malinois. He came to us he was born in Holland, or in the Netherlands. A vendor down in Alabama kind of picked him out for us, and we went and got him. Keith and myself, and from there we went through training. We trained on 2 different things to do narcotics. He's trained to detect narcotics, illegal narcotics, and he's also trained for patrol work, which includes building searches, tracking, area searches for criminals that might run from us. just a little background how it all got started. Once we picked Max up, come back, we came back to South Dakota with him. And then I started my training process, which is quite extensive. It was 8 weeks of narcotics training, and then another 8 weeks for the patrol. All my training was done up in here with the South Dakota Highway Patrol. Just so you guys know, learning never ends. So every year with Max, or when we got over our initial certification, I had to write papers on it. I had to, I think I wrote 3 papers for narcotics and a couple for patrol. Then after you get done with that, then I had to take a written test. And then we also have to do a scenario-based test, and we do that every year. With patrol, I think there's 7 or 9, or I can't remember, 7 or 9 different scenarios we have to go through. And with them scenarios, what they're doing is making sure he knows what he's doing, and I know what I'm doing. Making sure that I'm recognizing what he's doing, and he's finding dealing with it. Patrol is the same way. Patrol's the same way. It's several different scenarios. Anything from some obedience stuff to jumping fences, to finding people in a tree line, in an open field, buildings, just to make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like I said, Max, he's 8 years old, so I've had him with me since 2015. What he does is when we train, we order up toys to be able to run. That's his favorite there. But he, I don't even remember where was that. And one thing with Max, he comes home with me every night. He doesn't get him out back. He comes with me every day at work, and we've got a kennel indoors, so when it's super hot out, he comes in. When it's super cold out, he comes in. Other than that, he's as you can hear him out in the hall, these dogs they're very high drive, so they got to be doing something. When I got the leash out, he knew what was going on. He knew we were going to go in and he was going to get to work and have fun. So he's very anxious. When you have these dogs, they're very anxious. You can attest to it. Claire as well. If you don't find something for them to do, they will find something.
How many sections of hose do you go through?
Oh, we go through a lot of hose. Actually, he doesn't tear up the hose very much. It's like the rags. Our other dog, Corona, who is Dylan Wilson, who's the handler for her, she's a female, and she will chew up hoses. He made the mistake of leaving his garden hose hanging next to his kennel, and the dog pulled it in and chewed up the hoses. So, like I said, they're very active. They're very destructive. If they can't find, if you don't have something for them to do, you got to find something. The state of South Dakota is the one that certifies us. They do it every year. Patrol dogs, there's only, I'm trying to think, there might be a dozen of them in the state. Dope dogs, there's quite a few of them.
When does he retire?
We schedule them with about 8 is where we start, and then, it just depends on how well, how long they work. Max, if you'll notice every once in a while, he'll be holding up one of his legs. His left leg he broke years ago, and this time of year, I think it's just, he's got 3 pins in it, so I think this time of year it gets cold. So, sore, and he won't put the pressure on sometimes. He busted some teeth, so they ended up doing he busted some teeth, so they root canal on them, and then they put crowns on them. Well, now he's starting to break them off. He broke 2 of them off, 2 of his canines, so. So, yeah, they're a little bit, I don't know, too hard for their bodies sometimes, you know, they'll run through a brick wall, I think. If you tell them to.
Do you ever get a break away from him, like, can you and your family go camping for a weekend and one of the other officers, like, well, Chief Foot, since he's already had a dog, will he'll volunteer to watch the dog for a weekend?
Yeah, he's gone over there and said he can take care of him, so, yeah, we usually find one of our handlers and, or, you know, another officer to take care of him, so, and, you know, you got to keep your eye on it. He knows why you're there. But other than that, you know, you're trying to, you know, we're with you at home and they come with you, like I said, every single day to work. Any other questions?
Any other questions for Officer Knowles? Oh, there's a kid. Wants to know about the training each day.
We do a little bit of training every day. You know, like this is a training session. I'll throw something out every day or do something with him. I did an article search earlier with him. Article search is where I'll throw something out in the grass and then let him go find it. We do weekly trainings. We have to have 16 hours of patrol training a month and 16 hours of note training a month. So we do that on every Wednesday. We try to get up there and get some training done or whatever day will work out best for us. But it's all, like I told you, it's ongoing with the dog. It's always training. Especially with the narcotics, he's out searching for his favorite thing to do, and that's chase the killer.
How do you use the boxes?
Do I really use the boxes?
Yeah.
See that little foot feed on there?
See the foot feeder?
It's got a plate in there that'll throw the toy out for it. That way, it's the whole thing of the rabbit out of the hole. You look in there and you wait for the rabbit to pop out. Get he's located, his deodorant that we train him on. And here comes the. Here comes the.
Yeah, no, all done. Do 2 more questions. How often does the dog have to what? How often does the dog have to go out to get somebody? Right?
You know what, it just depends. It kind of goes with spurts. It's been a while, so, you know. It's usually, you know, they get more used to it for the drugs than they do anything else. Bigger cities it's about the opposite. Sioux Falls uses theirs quite a bit for African Americans rather than the drugs. You know, that work other ways.
Good question. We have one more. We have the one that's probably got all the answers
Yeah.
already for everybody.
She's gonna challenge.
He's asking.
She's challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking for more.
Oh,
He wants to know if you can do it.
that was his trick. You don't know any other trick, do you?
He chews up door handles. That's another trick.
Yeah. What's the obvious one to chew up door handles?
Yeah. I'll give Pat a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah, I'll pay for that. All right, just a real quick recap now. So we're getting essays. So with any type of work, I require the kids to do essays based on the DARE class that we have. Mrs. Opsal's been awesome about making it a graded assignment, so they have to really try hard by getting the essays done. And I also incentive the kids by saying, I'll get you a prize if you just complete the essay, which they all do because it's graded. But so there was 4 selections for this year's Garrison Winners. So Diane, come up with me real quick. Roland Marlette, Gabrielle Moran, Neutron, Roslyn Adamson, and Isabella Becker, okay? So you guys were all selected, you guys get your essays. So I'm gonna turn the mic over to them and let them read their essays. You guys just wanna do a round of applause when we're all done, and then we'll carry on. Here you go.
Over 500,000 people die each year from alcohol and tobacco. That's why DARE is so important for 5th grade to learn. Without the help of Officer Christie, we could be one of those deaths. Officer Christie taught us that DARE is a decision-making model that helps us make difficult choices in life. The 4 steps in DARE are 1, define, 2, assess, 3, respond, and 4, evaluate. Following these steps helps us make good choices. I've already used DARE to make decisions in my life. For example, I use it to manage my time after school. When I have to decide between homework and playing, I also have used it when my brother makes me mad. DARE helps me decide how to react. The DARE model has helped me with small problems, but will also help me when I have big decisions to make, like when I come in contact with drugs, tobacco, and alcohol. I will not be one of those 500,000 deaths this year, next year, or any year to come.
Sorry, I need to go to the bathroom.
Hi, I'm Rosa. Did you know the number of U.S. deaths from drugs each year equals half the population of South Dakota? I learned that in DARE. I also learned that taking drugs is dangerous to do, how to stand up to bullies, and how to say no. I think DARE is a good thing because when I am older, someone might ask me if I want to take any drug substance, and I will refuse and walk away, as I now know what it can do to my body. Another example of what I learned is that if I'm getting bullied, I can tell a trusted adult. I learned a lot during DARE, and don't forget to define, assess, respond, and evaluate. See you next time.
Okay, I'm gonna struggle if I don't have a microphone.
DARE report. Did you know that DARE can really change your life decisions? DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. In DARE, you get to do fun activities. You get to learn about stress relief, drugs, emotions, and more. There is also a DARE box where you can ask questions. My DARE officer is Officer Christie. In DARE, you get to act out situations you might come across in life. Better ways to communicate, communication styles, and tons more. You also can learn ways drugs can affect your body. In DARE, the DARE videos include 4 characters: Michael, Josh, Sophia, and can't forget Daryl. Some things I have learned in DARE is not to do drugs, responsibility, decisions, and saying no. There are so many things you can learn in DARE. There are so many things I can't name them all. Those are some examples that you can learn. Those are some examples that you can learn in DARE like I did.
My DARE essay. Did you know that more than 480,000 people die from tobacco and cigarettes every year? There is an acronym for define, assess, respond, and evaluate. My favorite thing about DARE is getting to talk to people about things I normally wouldn't talk about, like drugs, because it makes me feel uncomfortable. Things we learned about DARE are resistance strategies, like how to say no if somebody's offering you something illegal. We also learned how to communicate properly. One of the ways to communicate properly is confidence. When you speak confidently, you're sure of what you're saying and you're standing straight. All these things are a part of DARE.
So with that being said, like I said, to get them to do a really good essay, I offered to give them some gifts, and the PD gave some challenge coins. You guys are familiar with challenge coins, so it's from the Yankton PD. And then some cups with a lot of candy inside, so. And dentist cleaning to get it done before December, I want to use it, so. You guys want to go and grab your cups and then sit down? Yeah, you guys take those. You stick that in the window that your parents say it's okay to.
And you need the essays back.
Oh, they can take those.
Oh,
I got copies. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start with the certificates. We'll start with, this is the obstacles class first. Let me clean up the dog mess in the front.
Especially with that roof bucket.
Don't stick that in your pocket. Max will probably come visit. So once you guys come up and get your certificate, just remember to stay over to the side, and then we'll just do quick pictures as a one big group. So when Ossel's class goes, stay over to the side, and then we'll have Slowey's class come up too.
Colton Archer. Savannah Becker. Zane Becker. Trey Renato. William is absent today, so skip that one, please. Braden Bromdrock. Delaney Conrad. Yasmin Densberger. Brooke Devine. Aurora Engel. Will Hall. Landon Gardner. Gemma Giroux. Logan Aaron. Amariah Ingram. Jordan Kuderov. Amy Navat. Willow Mackey. Roland Marlette. You got this down there. Addison Ridley. Gabriel Morrow. And Brendan Hollingshead. And Lucas is also
We're gonna do one big one. Roslyn Adamson. Isabel Becker. Diane Vesky. Toby Casanova. Anne Marie Decker. Jason Deffenbach. Colin Stinharder. Claire Foote. Coulter Great.
Tyne. Tyler Irwin. Ivana Muzier. Adeline Mebo. Kyle Mingo. Julia Remington. Nora Schramm. Brody Stiles. Gabriel Euler. And Lily Ward.
You guys want to get up, take pictures now, and that way we're done. Heads up.
Hold up my great chest.
Ready to discuss it, you're not blocking the person behind your face. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to conclude. I want to, again, thank you guys for coming. I apologize about my voice. I've been yawning at kids too much at home. But again, thank you for letting me come and teach there. Special thanks to Mr. Slowey, Mrs. Opsel. There's some scheduling conflicts sometimes that come up. I get pretty busy at the high school, so I do appreciate you guys working with me. Mr. Lucas, new principal here at Stewart, so thank you for the accommodations. And so we'll let parents go now, and then we will send your kids probably on the sugar how you come home to you. So, I apologize. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Have a good day.